gonna do something different this week. I'm just gonna do it just for the hell of it. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna talk and do kind of like behind the scenes commentary, just because there's a lot of interesting, funny stories that I haven't told yet, I guess, from my first short film that I made. I guess you could call it a short film, more of like a half-ass action movie. What the f? So anyways, yeah, it's more of like a half-ass action movie. So what I wanted to do was just kind of like run through a couple of portions of it, tell stories that fall behind each action, that fall behind like the decision making that I went through to make the things or do the things that I decided. Before I start rambling like I always do, I'm just gonna go ahead and just jump into it. What the f? This is so stupid. I think I'm sick. I think I'm getting sick. So, Nick, Frosted Tips, so good. I was lucky that he... So Nick had his hair dyed at this moment, and I was cool with him looking like the lead singer from Smash Mouth. Just made him look like a badass. So right there, in one of those scenes where Nick drifts around that corner, he came so close to not only hitting me. I was filming behind the corner. He was drifting around, and he I mean, Nick's a professional driver. He would never lose control. But there's a split second where I was like, oh shit, he's coming right for me. I'm just gonna get ran over, and it's all gonna be for nothing. And then on top of that, when he corrected and he started coming back, he was like headed straight for Nikki, who was doing like behind the scenes pictures and whatnot, just kind of taking a couple things and doing whatnot. So she was like behind me as Nick's flying around this corner, almost hits me, corrects, almost hits her, and then just keeps going. I was like, that was the first shot of the day that we did. I was like, dude, that's perfect. We're just gonna film this. That's how we'll start it off. If we both got hit by a car, this thing would not exist. This video would not exist. I shot this whole film on my Samsung, and it looks really good. Like the colors and everything look really good for a Samsung camera. Fuck that camera though, because it actually, it's more fuck me because I dropped it in water, but still a piece of shit. I just can't sell it, so I'm upset. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, I'm proud of this. I think it was a fun film to make, and we shot it all in a single day, and we had so many like complicated things to do, and really tight crew. It was like me, Nikki, Connor, and Nick. For it to come out as it did, and it was so rushed and everything, I'm pretty proud of it. So, also my brother, who doesn't like to go by Alex Silvey, but likes to go by Silvicious, made the music for this, and made the music for my other short film, and he's pretty good at what he does. Those fucking Congo drums that he's doing on there, like that's actually him doing that, and it's badass. That shot of Connor like coming towards the camera, Nick, I was in the back with my Steadicam and my camera on the Steadicam, and I was in the back of Nick's trunk with his hatch wide open, and I think Nikki was holding on to me, and I was like halfway holding on to a seat. I don't know how I was doing it, but the trunk was wide open. I just had Connor come like as close as he could to the trunk, but Nick was hauling ass. He was going like 50 down this road. It was probably like the most illegal thing. Yeah, it was probably like the most illegal thing that happened while shooting this. So dangerous and so sketchy, but it was worth it because the shot looks really good. So always worth some sketchiness if you can get a good looking shot. That was so scary because I was afraid that I was gonna he was gonna hit a speed bump or something, some freak accident was gonna happen. And as Connor was close to me, I was afraid that I was gonna bounce out of the car and then, ran over by Connor, who's driving my car. It would have just been this whole shit show. But it was worth it, and they did it, and it was sketchy, but it was worth it, and it looks good. But so on that fight scene, so there were cars driving back and forth, whatever. We're just on the side of the road, right next to that cliff jump spot, right? But during that scene, there were so many cars coming back and forth, and as I was having them rehearse this fight scene and go over the fight scene, there were so many different things and different outtakes that we had to that we had to go through. There were so many different things that we had to do that somebody called the cops on us. As they were passing by, they called the cops. I had my camera. There were 2 people watching this fight scene happen, right? I have my camera. Somebody called the cops thinking it was a real fight. They were like, looks like someone's fighting on the side of the road and a guy's filming it while a girl's watching. It doesn't even make sense. But mind your own fucking business. It's a film. It looks idiots. So cop ends up coming, right? All of a sudden, like, out of nowhere, we saw a cop pass, and I was like, okay, hold on the fight scene, we don't want to get arrested. And then all of a sudden he stops, turns around, comes back, he puts on his lights, and we're like, oh shit, great. He gets out, and he's like, hey, can I speak to you two real quick? And he's like talking to Nick and Connor. He's like, hands out of the pockets. Hands out of the pockets. Let me see those hands. And like, I have my camera right here, like on this big rig. And I'm like, does it look like this is an actual fight? Like, and that doesn't even look like a real fight. It was so staged. So I don't understand who could call the cops and be like, oh, hey, you gotta go check out these guys. They're definitely filming a fake fight scene. So the cop comes, talks to them, and he's like, what's going on here? You sure nothing's fishy going on? We've got multiple reports of you guys fighting. What's going on? You guys, everything cool here? I'm like, So anyways, long story short, he let us go. No idea. I don't know. That was stupid though. But that I was like blown away that actually happened. I'm like, wow, okay, well at least maybe we had a realistic fight scene. It couldn't even cut together to be a realistic fight scene. So like, if I can't even with movie magic fake a fight scene, I'm just sure it looked like ass in real life. But I mean, I guess to a passing car, man, fuck it. Moving on. We found the spot in the middle of the Yakima River that was like a rock bed. And it jetted above the water a little bit, had some grass coming up. And I was like, that's perfect, but I don't know how to get there. So Nick and I kind of discussed it, figured out how we were going to do it. And I was just kind of like, oh, well, what if we take a raft? What if we took a raft, 2 rafts, one for you and I, and then one to carry all the equipment, right? And we're just paddling with oars, and maybe we'll make it. For some reason, we thought that this drop-off point, I don't know if anyone's been like through that canyon, there's like this section off to the right where you can pay some trailer trash woman like $15 a person to drop your raft off and get in the water. And so there's that spot, right? So we drive past it, whatever, and we're just walking down this road. It must have been like 1.5 miles or something. Then all of a sudden this truck pulls up and offers for us to get into his truck. So we get in his truck with all my equipment. The dude was really sketchy, and he started talking to us about birds and the weather, and it was like typical old man bullshit. We get in his car, he drives us to that spot, and I'm like, all right, just hold on, I gotta go ask if it's okay if we drop our shit off here. I go down there, I tell her it's for like a student film or whatever, in this like old, out of shape, white trash trailer woman, just, hey, what's going on? Hey, what can I help you with? She comes back out and she goes, okay, here's the deal. On your way back, when you pass by my place, drop the money off and just pay what you owe me, okay? I was like, sure thing, thank you so much. And like, in the meantime, Nick's like trying to keep this dude company up in the truck. Because we were afraid that he was going to drive off with not only our rafts, but the camera equipment, all this shit that we needed to film, and, like, cost money. So we, like, just hurry up and, like, put all of our shit in the water. We got in, and Nick's like, dude, are we going to, like, actually pay her? No, I'm not paying this woman who makes a living off of charging people to dock their rafts into the water. It was fucking shooting us all over the place, and the waves were actually, like bad. Waves, is that current maybe? I don't know river terms. And that's pretty much how we got there. That was just how we got there. So that's it. So that's pretty much it. All the gear surprisingly was saved. None of it got damaged. Ironically enough, on the next shoot that had to deal with water, not even as sketchy as this shoot, I ended up falling in the water and ruining a camera. I'll do another thing of this on that later, but that is an almighty story right there. That one is a doozy. So buckle up, folks. That's pretty much it though. I wanted to, you know, break down this story and kind of have some fun with it, laugh at, you know, the decisions I made, the things that we did. That's it though. That's the story. Those are the stories of On the Run. I didn't miss anything. All the major stuff that happened. That's it. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see one on the experiment, let me know. I'll gladly break down the experiment and do something like this and give like some like director commentary on it. Hate this? Do you want to just go back to just seeing the random BS? Totally fine with me. You know, whatever. I just wanted to try something new for this week, and I figured I can make a whole week 3 video out of me breaking down this plus some behind the scenes footage. Enjoy the behind the scenes of On the Run, an Oscar award winning. You're an idiot. You're so stupid. Alright. That's it.
Ready? Action!